Hey guys, so you are gonna do this workout with me. It is a lower back mobility workout. So what you're gonna do, I normally never tell you to do this, but I want you, if you can, to hop on a treadmill at a 10% incline, and I want you to walk 3 to 4 miles per hour for 1 to 3 miles, depending on your time and how you're feeling. I really want to get everything warmed up and the synovial fluid moving over our joints before we get into a deep stretch. Now, normally I always tell you do your cardio after your lift, but for the purpose of this type of workout, I want you to sweat before you lift. I even have my infrared heater going on me so that I can get extra warm from the inside out. If you have a sauna, great time to use your sauna. Do your sauna first, and then come do this workout with me, okay? So we're gonna start just seated. Take some deep breaths because we can't work on our lower back and hips and hip flexors and all the things unless you're relaxed, okay? So I want you to take a few intentional deep breaths in through your nose, out your mouth, relax everything. Hopefully you're nice and sweaty. Allow that heart rate to come back down. Go ahead and twist over that knee. Very gentle in the beginning. Now, you don't have to have lower back pain to do this with me. A lot of lower back pain is related to immobility in the thoracic spine, which is your mid-back, or imbalances or immobility in your hips. So we're going to work through all of that. Good, let's get into a 90-90 sit. This one is hard, but it takes a little bit to get into it. So I want your knee to go straight forward, and I want you to make a perfect 90-degree angle. Don't tuck it in, that's what everyone does. I want it to be uncomfortable. That knee, make sure it's straight out, and then don't tuck that foot in. Make sure it's a perfect 90-degree angle as well. It's gonna feel wonky, but it'll release in about a minute and a half here. So take some deep breaths. You should feel this on the hip flexor of the knee that's out. If you feel a pinch in the hip flexor of the knee that's down, I want you to release that a little bit, okay? Bring your belly button to your spine. Tuck your ribs under. Your core is engaged through all of this, because if you can train your core to work out with you while you're doing other things, it protects everything for you then. Go ahead and twist over that knee. And slowly walk your hands forward. Good, and come back up. It should feel a lot looser. Switch sides. Check your angles. Make sure you're not tucking your feet in. This is going to feel uncomfortable at first, but we're trying to even out our hips here. Twist over that knee, nice and easy. And walk your hands forward. Good, walk your hands back. Go ahead and get into a narrow child's pose, so just a regular child's pose with your knees together. Walk your hands forward. Take some deep breaths here. Relax your neck, relax your jaw. Walk your hands to the right. Place your left hand on top of your right. Walk your hands to the left. Place your right hand on top of your left. Bring your hands back center, bring your knees out, and line up your feet with your hips, or with your knees here into a nice frog stretch. Walk your hands forward, let your belly fall. Deep breath, release any tension in your spine. Good. Come on up to tabletop. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. Knees are right underneath your hips. You're going to draw your chin back like you're creating a double chin. You're going to tuck your ribs under so we're not hyperextending our back. Okay, so we're making a nice flat surface, like you could place plates on top of your back and they would not fall. Squeeze your core here. Now tuck your head and your hips under as you raise your vertebrae up to the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release your head and your hips. Your belly hangs. Create space between your ears and your shoulders. Big inhale, tuck your head and hips under. 1 inch farther on that vertebrae. Big inhale. Exhale, release it, head and hips to the ceiling. Create space between your ears and your shoulders. One more time. Tuck your head and hips under. Exhale, release it. Good. Back center. Draw your ribs under. Bring your chin back. Let's raise our left arm up straight forward in our right leg. If at any point you need a break, just drop that knee down. Make it as flat as possible. Bring that elbow to that knee and extend. Bring it in. Extend. Bring it in. Extend. One more. Bring it in. Extend. Hold it. 1 inch higher. Good. Hand and knee down. Other side. Right arm up. Left leg back. Find some stability. Bring that knee to that elbow as you crunch down, extend, bring it in, extend, bring it in, extend, one more time, bring it in, extend, hold it, 1 inch higher, good. Bring it down, all right. Child's pose. Let's bring our knees out this time. Big toes touching. Walk your fingers forward. Let your belly and your chest fall. Take some deep breaths here. One more big breath. Good. Bring those knees back in. Take your right foot. Bring it straight out to the side so the toes face straight out. That left knee stays put. And we're just going to gently rock back and forward with our hands planted on your mat. Continue the deep breaths. Job. One more. Take your time, switch sides. That toe goes straight out to the side. Nice and easy, bring it back and forward. Two more. Line up that hip with your foot. Do a nice good stretch there. Good. Come on up to a high plank. Downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Push your chest back. Spread your fingertips apart. Raise that right foot to the ceiling. Bring it forward into a nice low lunge. Frame the inside of the foot with both hands. Left hand centered in the mat, right hand to ceiling. Good. Right hand down. Drop that left knee and bring it back an inch and just hold that. Now create space between your ears and your shoulders. Bring that knee forward in the middle of your mat. Come on up to a half kneel. You're going to pulse it forward, squeezing the glutes of the knee that's down. Then you're going to bring that knee out. Do the same thing. Squeeze. Back center. Squeeze. And out. Good. Your hips should be nice and warm. Good. On this last one, we're going to straighten out that front leg and lean back into a nice hurdler stretch. Good job. Good. Hands at the top of your mat. Downward facing dog. Pedal those feet. Spread your fingertips apart. Left foot to ceiling. Bring it forward into a low lunge here. Frame the inside of the foot. Right hand centered. Left hand to ceiling. Stack those shoulders. Stack those hips. Good. Hands down. Drop that knee. Bring it back an inch and just let your body hang. Create space between your ears and your shoulders. Bring that knee in the center of your mat. Come on up to a half kneel. Pulse it straight forward, squeezing the glutes of the knee that's down. And then come out to the side. Do the same thing. Open up the hips. Job. Out to the side. Back center. Hurdler stretch. So hands down, straighten out that front leg. Good. Hands at the front of your mat again. Downward facing dog. Bring your hips up. Bring that right foot to the ceiling into scorpion. So drop your left heel down. Open up the hips towards me. Spread those fingertips apart. Push your chest back. Just hold this. Bring that knee forward all the way into pigeon. Bring that left knee back. Your goal is to get that foot as far forward as possible. Sink all the way down. Come up onto your hands. Take that hand, that right hand, grab that back foot if you can. Or just stay right there in pigeon. Good, back down. Downward facing dog, scorpion on the other side. Open up the hips, hold it, drop that opposite heel down all the way to the ground. Push your chest back. Breathe. Bring it forward into pigeon. Sink all the way down, keeping that foot up as much as you can. Good. Come on up. Take that left hand. Grab that right foot if you can. All right. Come back to that high plank. Hold that. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. Walk your hands back to your feet. Bend those knees a little bit. A lot of times if you have back pain, you have sciatic pain. And that gets aggravated when our legs are straight as we work out. So it's really important that as you're doing anything, your legs are slightly bent. So even when we're coming up, keep those knees slightly bent. Grab your elbows and lean forward. Good. Hands on your mat. Let's take that left foot, place it over the right, straighten out your back, and lean forward. This is a nice IT band stretch. We all have chronically tight IT bands and adductors. Really, you should be doing hip mobility once a week, even if you don't sense you have any problems. And switch sides. Flatten out your back, lower down. All right, flatten out your feet, but make them centered on your mat. Walk your hands forward. Hold that high plank. Bring your hands back a little bit. Your elbows are tight. Lower all the way down onto your mat, okay? Flatten out your feet. Bring that right knee straight out to the side, right here. Now we're gonna take our hands and we're gonna do some up dogs with our knee out. Make sure that knee is straight out. Breathe. Good. All the way back down. Flatten out your legs. Take a deep breath right here. Bring that left knee straight out to the side. 90-degree angle with that knee bend there. Hands planted. Come on up and back down. Good job. One more. Okay. All right, knees out, big toes touching. Walk your hands forward, sink down. Deep breath here. All right, come on up to tabletop. From here, we're gonna get into puppy. So you're just gonna, from tabletop, walk your hands forward, keeping your butt up in the air. Now, if you have tight shoulders, you're gonna notice that right here. Try to take some deep breaths and relax. Good. All right, hands centered. You're gonna come on your mat. You're gonna place your hands in the center of your mat. Come up to a downward facing dog and walk your feet to the outside of your mat. Now take your hands and push them, walk them back until you get your heels in contact with the ground and push your chest back. Good job. I'm going to switch to face you. You stay right there. I want you to walk your hands over to the right side, keeping your heel in contact with the ground. I want you to get into the lowest side stretch that you can get, keeping that heel down. Maybe you come all the way down into a nice Cossack stretch. You can use your hands to balance, but that heel needs to be on the ground. Slowly switch sides. Toes are straight forward, heels in contact with the ground. Good job. Good. Go ahead and take a seat from there. I want you to bring those feet and heels out. Create a tight core, bringing your belly button back to your spine, and we're going to alternate bringing the knees in. Take your time with this. Don't force this. Don't push through pain. Not the time to do that. Good job. All right, one vertebrae at a time, lower all the way back onto your mat. Bring your knees up, pushing your lower back into the mat or the ground. Alternate heel drops. Breathe through it. If at any point your back pops up, that's where I want you to stop. I want your back to be in contact with your mat the whole time. Breathe. Squeezing your core. Good job. We're almost there. Now grab both knees, hug them to your chest. Deep breaths here. Drop your knees to one side. Take that hand, hold those knees down. Take that opposite arm straight out to the side and look at that hand that's out. Switch sides. All right, back on your back, you're gonna take your right knee, let your left leg fall all the way down. Holding that right knee, I want you to do really intentional circles. So bringing that knee in, up, and out. Keep going. One more big circle. Good. Switch sides, grab that left knee. Pull it up. Bring it in, big circles. Using your hands to help make a bigger circle. Good, we're almost there. We're gonna finish with one of my absolute favorite exercises. To finish this portion out, we're gonna roll onto our side, stacking our hips, grab that ankle, and pull it back, bringing your hips forward. Switch sides. Good. Roll back over to your right side. Now, if you have a foam roller, that'd be a great opportunity to put this underneath this knee. In fact, I definitely recommend it because we want that hip to be lined up. If you're a side sleeper and you have back pain, you need something, a pillow, something underneath your knee as you're sleeping or between your knees to get your hips lined up. Otherwise, that hip flexor and the adductors are tight the whole night and you wonder why you wake up with back pain. So try to be a back sleeper, but if you can't, make sure you've got something underneath that knee. Okay, so that leg that is in contact with the ground is straight. This top knee is bent. Line up your hands, line up your shoulders, line up your hips. We're gonna take this top hand and we're gonna drag it 5 times in a rainbow until it's equal with this hand, and then I'm gonna look at that hand that just, and now I'm gonna drag my fingertips back. Keep your hips lined up. Don't open up as much as you can. That's why a foam roller is great there too, because you have to hold it. One more. Good. You can just roll over to your left side. Bottom leg straight, top knee is bent. Line up your hands. Rainbow that top hand, keeping your fingers in contact with the ground, and come back. This exercise got me through pregnancies with back pain. It's a completely safe move. It helps so much. Good job. All right, back to your back. Full body stretch, arms and legs like there's a string from your toes to your fingertips. Stretch out that vertebrae. Good. Come on up. Cross those legs just like you did in the beginning. Walk your hands forward. Walk your hands back. Inhale, hands high. Woo, you guys did great. Good job. Thank you for joining me. Hope your back feels a lot better. Bye.